Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? I hope you are well. So here I am back with another t-shirt design tutorial. So in this one I am going to make a biker t-shirt design, sorry. And for this I am going to use some of these vector elements. These are all from free pick. Some of them are free, some of them are these are all free. So you can download them for free. And then I will be combining them to make a unique graphic, and then I will add some text. So most of the time I get these questions like where to find text for a design. So you can search on Google like motorcycle t-shirt design. You will find the tons of different designs here other designers are doing, and you can take your quotes from them, you can take your text from them. Like if I say this one, so two wheels are wheels forever, parts and accessories garage. So this is something related to motorcycle, but most of the time you will find like these are not very much related to this niche. Like let me show you something. Let's say this one, two wheels move the soul. This is a good message, any biker can relate with that. You can take that. Here is another one, live to ride, ride to live. This is another good message. So you can take two three designs and you can combine them, combine the text from them. But sometimes you will see designs like this motorcycle custom high performance. This is just some dummy text they are placing to make it look like a design, but this doesn't mean anything. No one can relate with that. Or you can search like this motorcycle quotes or biker quotes. You will find tons of different quotes online on different websites. So here I am going to take this one. You don't stop riding when you get old, you get old when you stop riding. So that one is going to be my message for this one. You can see here is tons of other quotes you can take, like bikes don't leak while they mark their territory. So this is kind of funny message. You can take that and make a design. So whatever you can find related to a niche like a motorcycle, you can make a design with that. So that's how it works. You can take your text like that. So here I am going to take this text, you don't stop writing, but for that I need to make a graphics area, and I have a plan in mind that I will use something like this skulls, and then I will try to combine them. So here I am going to take this skull and the crown he is wearing. So this is really a good vector that everything is separated, otherwise I cannot use that, but here I can see that this is a really good example. So you can see this is one vector, this is another, and inside them there are tons of different small details that you can select, you can combine. So I want to make it a one single vector with everything else that I can see here. So sometimes maybe this part is not looking very good, so let's try to fix that. I'm going to select this part and then take my eraser tool, maybe a bit smaller in size, to just fix this area, and I think that is fine. That looks good, don't worry about that. Okay, so this is the white part of the design. I need to select that, then I can erase that. So that is good. Now that is just a small part, and for making it a one single design, all I have to do is I have to select it all, then I'll apply this trim filter from my pathfinder menu. So if I click on this trim, it is going to trim out everything and it is going to make it a one single vector. But if I am selecting a vector and it is showing like this, that means there are a stroke and fill both, and there are different colors in the design. That's why it cannot show me one color. So first step is I will expand them so that there is no stroke left, and after doing this one or two times, if it is still remaining, you can simply make it none, and that will make no changes to your graphics because there is no stroke left. But if I select it, it is showing me like this. This question mark means there are more than one color. So if I try to make it one color, it will show like this, and that's what I don't want. So how to fix that? If I double click, then inside the group I can take my magic wand tool and then click on this white area. So you can see that is selecting something that is not visible because our background is white, but it is showing up here that it is selecting the white part. If I select the black, it will show me here that it is again showing the question mark because they are not exactly black anyway. So just click on this white area and then delete, and it will look like this. You can see I can simply bring that on a darker background, and there is no other color than white, so than black, sorry. So when it is showing only black, it should be black, so I can make it black. And sometime it happens this style that is just happened here. So for fixing that, you have to take a empty stroke, a blank stroke. So here is the stroke, no stroke, fill is black, but I have to make it black, blank. That means no stroke, no fill. So this line has no stroke, no fill, and if I select that with my magic wand tool, it will select something else. You can see. So here are some empty stroke that has no fill, no stroke, and that is why they were filling with black. So if I now delete them by pressing delete, it is all gone, and now it is going to work for me. I can now make it one single color. I can change the color whatever color I want, but I am just going to make it black for now. So that's okay for now. Let's group it just to make sure that it stays together, no part missing. So that is my first part. Then the second part, I will be taking some parts of this graphics like this part here. So let's select, try to pick one of these, and then I want to put that in the mouth area. So that is what I wanted. And now here I want to just use one, not both of them. So I am deleting one, then keeping one like this. Let's try to make it straight like this. So that is fine. Now I can simply make it, for placing it here I need to make it a bit longer in size, something like, okay, that is not really important to make it longer, but I want to make it look like the skull is biting on it, something like that. So that is fine. And then if I bring it on here, bring a copy by pressing Alt, then I can press Ctrl R, that is the reflect for me, but for you it is different, you have to set the shortcut anyway. So that is not my problem here. Let's place it something like this, just make sure that the center is all together. So this is the position I want it. Now if I am selecting this, it is showing this question mark, that means they are different color, but let's trim them so that it becomes one single shape, and then by using magic wand tool I can erase the whites, and that part is done right now. Let's try to change the color. Okay, it is causing that same problem for this area, but it doesn't, you doesn't have to make it always the same way. This is just a simple area. So press Shift M, that means the shape builder, and press Alt and click here, that will simply erase that part. So you don't need to make a empty stroke and then erase something like that, not every time. So like this maybe, or maybe a bit bigger in size, but in this much in this position, that is fine. Let's select them all and then align them in the center position. So this is the perfect center. Maybe I want to make it a bit, okay, I am taking my direct selection tool to make a selection like this, and then I will be pressing Shift and left arrow key on my keyboard 2 3 4 times. Let's select this in this area like this. So this is the same position. Maybe let's just select it again, align that with the skull. Let me make it a bit more bigger so that it looks like the skull is biting on it, so something like that. Now here we will apply transparency, so I'm going to make it red for now so that I can clearly see what's going on here. So if the skull is biting on it, then this part of the, in this, I don't know what it calls, so this is the piston wheels I think, so that should not be visible from here, and also the skull should not be visible from here. So let's first start with the this part of the graphic. Let's open the transparency for it and make sure that you are working with black. So with black fill, no stroke, that is fine for me. I will have to just make some lines here, make some random shapes that is going through the teeth of the skull, something like this, and that is going to hide. Now you can see there can be some problem like this, but let's make a bigger shape like that so that everything is erased. Now I have to simply make a shape here. Now I can see everything what is going on here. I am using my mouse, so no graphic tablet here, and then I think it is good. So I have two shapes, one is drawn here and one is the bigger one. and I don't need the bigger one now, so I'm selecting the previous one and delete. And you can see it is looking like this. Don't worry about this color, I can always fix that also. If there is a bit missing area like this, that is fine. I don't need these small parts, so I think this is good, don't worry. So again I am going to create a same area here, not like that, here. Then I will be drawing a shape like this inside this teeth area, inside the block of this teeth. You can use pen tool, you can use any tool you prefer. I am using pencil tool here, and that is just to make a fill area in black like this. And then I will select the previous one here. You can see I have two shape here. This is the one that I draw inside the teeth, and this is the random one. So let's delete the random one, and it is looking like this. This area looks good. It is a problem from here. Let's draw a shape here, then again draw a perfect shape inside this area, and then erase this part. So that is fine, no problem here. Let's click here to get out of the transparency. Now it is looking like this, don't worry, just make it black and it will work perfectly. You can see this area is now looking good, but we will do that a bit later. Let's keep it red for now, and then this time I am going to select my skull and then open transparency for it. And here I will be using my pen tool because I need some straight lines that is going through this area of the graphics like this. And then again click here, here, and then like this. So that is just hiding the part of the skull, and it is completely fine, no problem. I'm going to select it and make it black. So that is fine. I can simply make it a bit in this way. So one time by pressing shift I bring them right one time, so I have to go to the transparency, select everything, and press shift on your keyboard and bring them left one time. So that will fix the position, everything you can see here, and I think that is looking good. And when it is done, let's select everything and then make it a group. Okay, I think this part is looking a bit right side. Let's try to fix it. Something like this. I think this is good. So that is fine. Let's make it a group. This is the main graphic part of our design, as this is a biker t-shirt design, so I wanted to include some biker elements here. I want to use this shape too, so they are grouped together. Let's ungroup them, delete them. And then this is the wings of that vector graphics, I want to use that. This is the tire, let's copy them all. So that too I want to use it here. This is the tire of the motorcycle, so let's keep it as it is right now. I'm going to place it something like this, but a bit bigger in size. So let's Ctrl X, Ctrl B, that means cut, paste in back, and I can simply select them, and then I can align their position in the center. Maybe not like this, in this position, something like this is good for me. And then I want to keep them on top and the wings in the background, so I'm going to select this shape, this all skull and this parts group, Ctrl C to copy. Now I am selecting this wings vector, open transparency, and press Ctrl F. So that will paste that copy in front, but here I need to make it merge unite. So merge unite will make it complete one single shape in black, that you can see here, and that is making everything else hide in the background. That is fine. Let's keep it as it is. Now here is the biker part. Now I think the details are a bit less, so how to fix that? Let's bring in some details. So I'm going to take a ellipse here, something like in this position, then in the opposite side, like this is the stroke. Let's cut it, selecting this one, open transparency, press Ctrl F here. So that will make it look like this. You can see the black will be less right now. So I'm selecting this shape and then object, expand. Okay, so that is going to make it a complete black color shape, and that is making that area hidden or making that area white. So there will be more white than previous. So let's copy this. Sorry, don't need to copy, I can simply bring it here, so I want to make it look like this, but this part I want to make in this direction, but I want to keep it just behind my skull and that group. So I'm selecting that this group, skull group, and then press Ctrl B. So that is going to be pasted just in the background of the skull but in front of my wings, something like this. So that is fine. If I select this wings group, inside the wings I will find this shape of this skull and this piston, whatever we made. So I can copy that, then I can select this tire vector, and then inside the transparency I'm going to press Ctrl F. So Ctrl F will place that wings shape here, you can see, but here is a little problem that you can see this area, it should be, the tire should be visible from there, but that's not really important. Let's keep it like this right now, don't worry. So I'm going to select this tire shape and copy that, then I'm going to go inside the transparency of the wings, press Ctrl F here, and then merge unite. So merge unite will make it look like this, but this area should be removed, like the wings should be visible from there. But for now I am not going to fix those tiny things because that is not really important. This graphic is not the important part here, and we will do something else here. So let's click on the surface layer, and this is how it is looking right now. Let's keep it as it is. I want to use this engine vector, so let's copy that. Before applying that I have to check that if there is more than one color. So you can see if I select it, it is going to show me one color, and if I bring that on a darker background I can see that there is no white. So that is fine. That's how I can simply manage that. It is perfectly made. So I'm going to make it a group so that I don't lose its position, and then this engine vector I want to place it something like this. So I want to make the engine parts visible a little bit from this area, not in a bigger size but something like this, but I want to make it visible from both sides. So a little bit from this side and again little bit from this side. So if I make it bigger like this, something like this, it is going to make it too much bigger than the rest of the elements. So I'm going to keep it smaller right now, and maybe in this position, that is fine. And then again I am going to bring a copy in this direction just like this. Then I am going to select this to align the position, make it a group, and then if I select everything I can make it align in the center position. That is fine. So let's select this one, cut. I want to apply that. I want to keep them on top of my tire. So if I select this skull group, I can press Ctrl B. So Ctrl B will make it look like this, and I have to make it black. That is fine. Let's copy this. Now if I select this wings layer, inside the wings I will find this shape of the skull and the everything. So I can copy that, and then here I will be selecting this engine group, then open transparency, press Ctrl F. So it is going to look like this. And then again I want to keep that on top of my tire, so I am going to select this group, Ctrl C. I am sorry guys if I am making it a bit confusing. So I am selecting the tire group, and then inside the tire group I am pressing Ctrl F, that is for the engine, and then make it merge unite. So you can see this is how it is looking, but that shape should be placed on top of the wings too. So let's copy this, and then if I come back here and select the wings layer, inside the transparency press Ctrl F. So this is how it is looking. So you can see this is a perfectly, this is right now this is a perfect graphics. You can see with engines, the tire and the wings to make it, to give it a feel like it's flying. So this is the part of the design I wanted to create. That's fine. Now that much is done. This is a group, so I will not lose its position. That is fine. So let's keep a copy here, so that in case I made any mistake I can change them. So that part is done. Let's bring some text here. So most of the time I don't use any comma or full stops in my design, because this is not something to present in grammatically. But you can see you don't stop this apostrophe, you cannot remove that, you should not remove that, but there is a comma here, and then there is a full stop here. I don't need this doesn't matter, but you cannot remove this one, so that is fine. Now here is my text. Right now it is looking like this, and I want to place on text from here. Then okay, you don't stop writing when you get old. So this is the text position. You get old. This is the another text position when you stop writing. So that will make it a balance, like two part text on top, two text on bottom. That is fine completely. Let's keep it here. So for this one, I want to add something else. That is going to be the which font I will select. So this is the biker design. So I should pick a biker font. Maybe I have some biker font. Biker free biker is a good font. Louisiana biker shop, that's also a good font. So let's use this one. So I'm going to make it all caps. You can see this font has some effect. If you are using small and capital letters together, the O looks like this. That's a really cool effect, but right now I want to make it all caps, and then maybe selecting this font again, so it is all caps together. Now most of the time I suggest people to use different fonts, but this one is a special design. This is something really cool and very much vectorized design, so I'm going to use like this cool looking biker design here. So here I need to make two area. There I am going to place the vector. So you can see these two text is going to be opposite each other, like this one will be the top, this one will be the bottom. So I want to make sure that I am working in the right direction. So I am going to take a rectangle here, just like in this size, then pressing shift X to make it a stroke. So that much stroke is good for me, maybe a bit less, 25 pixel, that is fine. So I am going to select this one a bit smaller maybe. Then I need to break this font, that is fine. Let's select this two font and the rectangle and then place that in the center position. That is perfectly fine. Then I am going to use that same rectangle for this font, and then I am going to make it center position like this. So this one is perfectly fitting, but not this one, because this text is a bit smaller than that one. So how to fix that? Let's add a star here, so that star will fill our this area for us. So selecting these three, aligning them, distributing the space, group them, then again select it, make it. So this is going to give us kind of similar look. You can see the both text. So this is really important to make them same size. Now I'm going to make it a group, and this one a group. So that is fine. Let's put them something like this, and then this one here. So maybe I can simply make them a bit bigger in size, just like this. Then I'm going to align them in the center position like this. This one I'm going to select this one and then go to effect, wrap, and then arc. So arc like this, 50% looks good to me. Let's click OK, and then I'm going to bring it down here, simply like this. So that position looks good. Let's select this, then arc, and then again the same arc, but this time I am going to use it minus 50%. Click OK. So that is just the opposite of that shape, something like this maybe. So this much is good for me. Let's keep it here, and you can see this is how it is looking, but that text is not looking very good, because the when you get old text is a bit longer text, this is a bit shorter text, so it is not perfectly looking similar. So for fixing that, I have to just make some adjustment, like not minus 50%, maybe minus 40% will look good to me, will work for me. So something like this in this position looks good. Let's select them all again and then align them together. I think that is fine. Let's select this one and this one, go to object and then expand appearance. So that will expand the effect we just applied. Okay guys, so this is how it is looking right now, but I want to apply some effect to it. Let's bring that a bit down like this. That is fine. So here I want to keep the text on top of my this wings, and then here the tire will be on top of my text. So how to do that? First step is I need to select this shape, this rectangle shape. Let's copy that. You can see this is in a stroke mode. That is perfectly fine. So I'm going to select, I am going to come inside this group, and then if I select this wings inside the transparency, I'm pressing Ctrl F. That means copy, sorry, paste in front, and then this is in a stroke mode. So if I press Shift X, that will make it fill, and this area will be hidden. You can see it's simply like that. So that is fine. But here we pasted this shape of this engine and this shape of this tire. So let's copy them and click here. Now if I select this group inside and open the transparency for it and press Ctrl F here, that will paste my tire and this engine on top of my text. So it is going to look like this. That's a really cool effect if you can see what I am talking about. And again, that same thing I am going to do here, but maybe in a smaller size, because this text is a bit smaller than that one. Maybe not that much, something like this. And then here I am again going to select this rectangle of this rectangle from there. Then I will be selecting these wings here inside the transparency. Press Ctrl F, then again press Shift X. Shift X will fill it like this, and then I need to select this shape of the skull and the engine parts here. So let's copy that. Okay, let's do it in a different way. So I am selecting this shape, and this shape I will be making it a bit up, Shift twice, and that is fine. Then I am going to select this shape, this one from here, copy this, and here is the wings a bit visible, so let's fix them, hide them like this. That is fine. Now here I want to select this shape and then Shift up twice. That is going to fix it, and then open the transparency for it, and then here press Ctrl F of that engine vector. You can see here the skull and engine vector, and that is going to look like this. The text is on top of wings, but behind this engine part of the rest of the design. So that part is done. Let's just place the supporting text. You don't stop riding. Okay, so here is the problem that you can see this text does not support that apostrophe. So how to fix that? I'm going to break it, and then once it is broken, I need to select one of this text, one of this font, and then I'm going to erase this part, and then maybe make it a bit smaller, so that becomes the apostrophe of this text. It doesn't have to be a very perfect, but you can just simply play with that. If you can read that's the apostrophe, it will work for us, so that's fine. Let's move it. Let's make it bigger like this, again bigger like this. So that part is done, and we can simply place some effect to it, wrap and then arc lower, not minus 40%, like this maybe. Then let's make it a bit longer. Okay, not that much, something like this. Bring this close to the rest of the text, and that is fine. Okay, so it will stop riding when you get old. You get old when you stop riding. So this is the effect I am going to apply here, nothing else. I can add some ribbons here, other stuffs here, but that's not what I want. I just want to keep it as simple as possible. So that's the text part here when you stop writing. So this is not perfectly matching with my that part of the text, but that is fine, don't worry about that. We can simply make some extra stuffs to fill that area. Let's say I want to, okay, so here I am going to select these two, and then I have to expand their appearance. That will make it single look like that, no effect applied. So I'm going to take my curvature tool here, click on here, You can see these are some simple shapes that is going to fill out these areas, and that's how we can add some twist to our design. And then of course we can always fix these points by using curvature tool, something like this. And then here I think this is fine, but okay, let's select this too, make that the key object and align it. Then I'm going to use my curvature tool again to make it look like this. Don't worry about how it is looking, but just do something for that area, maybe like this, and then shift R. Sorry, shift R is my shortcut. You have to create a shortcut for your reflect tool, or you can just right click and then use the default transform to shortcut. Okay, sorry guys. So adjusting the anchor points of the curvature tool, you have to use the curvature tool, because that is really simple to modify them. Otherwise it can, with direct selection tool, it will not work perfectly, so that is fine. This is not really important to fill these areas, but it will give us a premium feel. So here is the one I'm going to make that key object, and that is fine, I think. Just a little problem here. Again I'm going to select my curvature tool, and this anchor points I want to modify, that is fine. Okay, so that much is done, no problem here at all. And this is the final design of our this video. I hope you learned something new from this one. We can also do something more. Of course we can always do whatever we want. We can add some more stuffs, some more elements. Now for a video I think this much is okay, because you guys don't really watch all of this, so it is just a waste of time. So this is how it is looking right now. Maybe I will make it colorful in my next video, or I will show you how to colorize this design in my next video. Let me know in the comment section if you want to learn the coloring process that I use to make it a complete one color design. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next video guys. Have a great time. Thank you everyone. Thank you very much.